This is one of my favorite days of the year, commencement at Colorado Mountain College. We're so proud of all the students that will be graduating this year, and we also know that this is unusual and unprecedented. We find ourselves at an unprecedented time in our history, facing a global pandemic, which means that we can't join together in person. And I know that nothing replaces the opportunity for a commencement where you walk across the stage and you shake hands with the dignitaries on the stage, and your family members are sitting in the audience cheering you on. We know that this won't replace that, and we hope that you also know Colorado Mountain College is nothing if we're not creative. We try to be innovative, and we try to be student-centered. So we hope to deliver to you and your family something really special in commencement this year. So the way that this is going to go in a virtual format is that I'm going to share with you what's coming next, and there's going to be some special components. We have 1,200 graduates this year across all of our campuses, and we want each of them to feel special. Each will have a special keynote commencement speaker. All of those commencement speakers are also participating with us in something that is also historic in our history. 2020 marks the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage in the United States, which was the passage of the 19th Amendment giving women the right to vote. And we know how many equity measures and doors of opportunity were opened following that historic time. So we've invited a group of remarkably talented and accomplished women to serve as commencement speakers for all of you. They include women who are the first to hold their role. For example, the first woman to be the Commissioner of Agriculture in the state of Colorado, the first woman to oversee all of law enforcement for Colorado Parks and Wildlife, the first Latina to serve on the Colorado Supreme Court, a businesswoman who is now the first to hold her role in one of Colorado's major outdoor companies. And the stories go on. You'll hear from our Lieutenant Governor, who is a 4-time cancer survivor and a champion for health care for all. All of these stories we hope will wrap into something that we feel is very special and that commemorates our core values as an institution that are rooted in equity and opportunity for everyone, and all of our graduates are part of that as well. We know you will go off and do incredible things and leave the ladder down for others who are fighting for opportunity and for the ability to succeed in whatever they choose to do down the road. You will also get to hear from students and our student speakers who will share with you their own journeys and how they've gotten to this time. You will hear from a member of our Board of Trustees who will confer your degrees. You will get to turn your tassel. You will hear from the head of the Colorado Department of Higher Education, who will congratulate all of our graduates on behalf of the state. And there will be a few other surprises along the way. So we hope that you enjoy this ceremony. Please take photographs with yourself. We have sent you, if we had your address, we sent you a box which included a cap and a tassel, and we will have a tassel ceremony. We ask that you take photographs. We ask that you take them with your family. Please share those to social media. We hope those are lifelong memories for you that you will enjoy. And most importantly, we simply just congratulate you. We wish you well. We hope that you will stay in close touch with us. And you are now officially a member of the Colorado Mountain College alumni family. Congratulations.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Angie Paccione. I'm the Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Higher Education, and I am excited to be with you in this virtual commencement. Want to first start off by saying congratulations to all the graduates, their friends, their family, and everyone who contributed to making this day possible for the graduate. I hope that you have created many memories with your friends and family throughout this whole course of study. And now that you have completed it, you are about to commence on the next stage of your life. But it's also a historical context because we are celebrating 100 years of women's right to vote, the 19th Amendment. And so you are set in a historical context for many reasons. When we think about those women and the passion that they had to pursue their purpose and develop the skills that were necessary to make it happen, that's what I hope that you are doing as well, that you have pursued a passion at CMC, that you are about to embark on pursuing your purpose, whatever your purpose is, and that you have developed the skill set necessary to make it happen. So congratulations to all of you today, and you are forever an Eagle. Go Eagles. Congratulations and best wishes for continued success.
Welcome to Colorado Mountain College's Steamboat Springs Campus 2020 virtual commencement. My name is Kathy Kiser-Miller, and I'm Vice President and Dean at the Steamboat Springs campus. Under normal conditions, we would all be celebrating together at the Grand here in Steamboat Springs, both with your family, your friends, and your fellow graduates. However, times have changed, and safety comes first, and the well-being of others comes first in this very unusual time. I am sure that all of you are disappointed that we're not here together to celebrate in unison in a large group, but this is the next best thing, doing a virtual celebration of your achievements, which are many, and you should be very proud of what you've accomplished, especially in these kinds of conditions where we've had so much adversity in order to achieve these goals. I am confident, given what you have achieved today, that you will go forward into the future on the other side of this pandemic and do wonderful things for yourselves, for your family, for your community, for your nation, and for the world. Again, congratulations. You should be very proud.
Congratulations to all of our graduates at the Colorado Mountain College Steamboat Springs campus. We're so proud of you. And I'm delighted and privileged to introduce to you today your keynote speaker. Kate Greenberg has a long track record and history of advocating for farming and ranching in the West. She currently considers Durango home, but she's now serving the entire state of Colorado as Commissioner of Agriculture. She is the first woman to hold that role. I suspect that our graduates at Steamboat Springs and our faculty will particularly enjoy Kate's message, given our programs at the campus that involve permaculture, sustainability studies, outdoor studies, beekeeping, and so many others. Please enjoy Kate Greenberg.
Hello, my name is Kate Greenberg, and I am the Colorado Commissioner of Agriculture. To President Hauser, the Board of Trustees, and distinguished faculty, thank you for the invitation to join you here today. To the parents and relatives celebrating your graduates, and to the Colorado Mountain College Steamboat Springs graduating class of 2020, I am truly honored by the opportunity to speak on this incredibly important and meaningful day in your lives. Graduates, regardless of how you made it here today, whether by the loving support of your families, your own sweat, or a combination thereof, congratulations, you have earned it. You are embarking into the world at an extraordinary moment. It is, of course, the outset of what might be the worst recession since the Great Depression, in the midst of a global pandemic that will, one way or another, reshape the world as we know it. I would not blame you if you are feeling fear or trepidation about what lies ahead. There is so much unknown, but I can tell you the world is ready for you, and I am of a hopeful heart. Back in 2009, when I graduated from college, we were stepping into a world where the housing bubble had burst and unemployment was spiking. The Great Recession was not such a great time to graduate. One way or another, though, we got through it. For many, it was not without pain and not without struggle. But in times of strife and big change, also comes opportunity. When I graduated, I made my way to a small farm where I got paid $400 a month and borrowed a square of soggy land under a crabapple tree where I pitched my tent. It was there inside that 3 by 5 foot stretch of nylon that I slept, read, wrote, stared for hours at the ceiling, and learned to let go of the question of what I would do with my life. Of course, I could only live so meagerly because my family, my community, my schooling, and my nation had set me up to succeed no matter what. White, well off, with healthcare and no travel restrictions, I was provided a gentle path where I could follow my passions and see where they led. I envision the day when such privilege becomes the norm for everyone, when equity of opportunity has not to do with the zip code where you were born, but with the work and dedication you have put in. I hope we are all part of this work that will make that day a reality. That early time on the farm led me to everything that came after, all the things I could never have planned for. I had the joy of helping lead field schools, of running wild rivers with wild women, and of moving to Mexico, where I planted trees along the dried up Colorado River and hoped that one day politicians might allow water to return to the river's delta. Once I moved back to the States, I joined the ranks of the National Young Farmers Coalition. For 6 years, I had the joy of helping build a national movement of dedicated and fierce farmers and ranchers fighting for a better future, a movement I hope to help carry on in my current role. I never imagined I would get involved in politics, but all movements require it. You can't avoid it. As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. I imagine you are thinking a lot about work these days, about what you will do next and where it will lead you. As you think about this and make plans, don't overlook the importance of physical labor. Those of us who have the privilege of choosing how hard we put our bodies to work should get to know the rhythm, the dark early mornings, the aches and the dirty clothes of hard physical work. If this is the kind of work you have known your whole life, you are more prepared than most. This is rooted work that will give you invaluable insight into how systems operate. Insight you will need to change any system that needs changing. It will serve you for the rest of your lives. But you, dear seniors, you have also been putting your minds to work these past many years. And what a gift. Own this too. It is a true treasure. Upheaval is a time for innovation. In this time of big change, you get to reimagine the future. You get to help build it. How will you bring more beauty into the world? How will you fight for the land and water and bugs and critters and all those who help steward them? How can you find ways for love to slay our hubris? However you do it, I hope it has something to do with breaking some rules. If our great-grandmothers had followed the rules 100 years ago, many of you and I would not have the chance to help choose our president this November. It's the 100th anniversary of the women's right to vote. And think about this, the women's suffrage movement persisted for nearly a century before the 19th Amendment was passed and later ratified, with its roots even deeper in time in the abolitionist movement. Imagine those early suffragists and abolitionists who never lived to see the fruits of their own fight. But of course, the 19th Amendment did not mark the end of that fight. For example, it took the Voting Rights Act of 1965 for African American women to have the same rights as white women under the Constitution. Still, they were blocked from voting by other weapons of voter suppression that persist today. In great social change, the torch must stay lit through generations. Our foremothers were not given permission, nor did they ask for it when they demanded equal rights. The same is true for you, dear seniors, in what you seek. There is no one to give you permission or to tell you you're ready. No one besides you. You are the only one you have been waiting for. And even then, you should not even wait for yourself. You'll find ways to tell yourself it's too soon, that you don't know enough yet. But the thing is, you are never fully ready for the thing you set out to do, if the thing you set out to do is, in fact, worth doing. Soon after Governor Polis won the election in November of 2018, he opened applications for his cabinet. After much arm twisting of various farmers in my network to get them to apply, and after much failing, I tossed my own name into the hat. Mind you, I had been farming and organizing for years, telling governments what to do, not trying to be the person on the other side. About 3 weeks after I applied, I got a call. Unknown number. I hung up. My phone rang again, same unknown number, and I hung up again. On the third call, I had had enough of the spam and blocked the number. 30 seconds later, the governor's chief of staff called me. Kate, it's Lisa. The governor's been trying to reach you. After I unblocked the governor and got on the phone, I had a little over a week to leave Young Farmers, move from Durango to Denver, and begin work on January 2nd, 2019, as Colorado's first female commissioner of agriculture. Do you think I was ready? You're moving dangerously close to the adult world. Be wary of people who tell you that you should be someone or that you should do something, or just as bad, that you can't do something or shouldn't be who you are. Those people have ossified. If I can leave you with one wish, it is that you fiercely protect the tender, playful human who still dwells inside you. Learn to love that human more each day. They need you, and you need them. That will become truer and truer throughout your life. And all who support your love, all those elders of imagination and generosity who forged the foundation you now stand upon, let yourself join them in this work that spans the generations as we go on building the future together. Loving, like fighting, takes courage. You don't need all the skills or knowledge, but you do need courage. And you've got courage inside you that needs you to keep tending to it. Despite how it might feel sometimes, you do not go at any of it alone. What I hope for you is a kind of courage that is tempered by humility, grounded in compassion, and fortified by the dynamism of perspective and the striving toward true understanding of others. In this kind of courage is where so much of hope rests. In her 2003 commencement address to students at UC Berkeley, writer Anne Lamott said, "Rest and laughter are the most spiritual and subversive acts of all." I love that. No one in the adult world will tell you that, save the poets. She went on to advise, rest, but pay attention. I am so excited for you to head off into the world, this world of beauty and wildly persistent uncertainty. There will be plenty of times when you don't know what to do with yourself. That's fine. Do something. Or perhaps do nothing. Maybe all you really need is to follow Anne Lamott's advice and take a nap. But when it comes to what to do with your life, stay awake. Where you put your attention matters. Try, whenever you can, to do something that serves others, that serves your community and the world. Something that takes courage. If you can't do that, keep trying, keep scheming, keep intuiting. The world needs you in ways you can't predict. You were robbed of a proper graduation, but you have the gift of education, and now the honor of entering the waiting world. Our characters form when things are hard. As you take your next step, wherever it may be, however it may appear to you, look for ways you can be of service and live full of wild courage. Class of 2020, I've brought my friends here today to reaffirm your strength, your nerve, your wisdom, and your open-mindedness as you move into the future. Congratulations and best of luck.
Wow, this is not what I anticipated when I was asked to give a speech at graduation. I imagined myself in the Grand Hotel in front of all my friends, family, and peers, just like all of you. I was going to use a public speaking tactic of visualizing everybody in their underwear, but given the fact that I'm the only person in the room, I don't know if that's going to be the best approach now. Speaking of which, I cannot believe I'm recording this on Zoom in my living room. Welcome to 2020, I guess. For everybody who doesn't know, my name is Sara Robertson. I'm a psychology student at CMC Steamboat. Well, now I'm a CMC alumni. I want to say congrats to all my fellow CMC graduates. Zoom has become our best friend. WebEx is probably our worst nightmare. And drinking over the computer has become a pastime. You know, this pandemic really has shown us a lot about the world around us and ourselves. It showed us that we truly don't get ready for anybody besides other people because we have been in the same PJs for 2 months. Don't lie to yourself. It showed us that we stay connected from a distance. It showed us that we are not alone with ourselves enough. It's given us time to check in with ourselves and truly examine who we are as people. Some of us are the kind of people that can't stop taking Instagram live videos of their workouts. We get it, you're in shape, but we have been eating Oreos for the last 2 months, so I speak for your friends and me when I say, please just stop doing that. It also has taught us that we care more about what is going on in the background of our classmate and professors' houses than we do about the class content. We just love prying into people's lives. I feel like we all have a degree in WebEx now. We learn the importance of mute and turning off your camera during class. Y'all know what I mean. I feel we've also learned that even professors with PhDs and masters don't fully know how to work an online class. So class of 2020, we will be just fine. If I can say anything, we came together as CMC student bodies and hoping that WebEx would just crash so we wouldn't have to log in for another online class. I paused for laughter. I don't know if you laughed or not because I can't really see you, but I'm just going to assume that you did. In all seriousness, I really want to thank every professor, faculty, and staff member for being understanding, flexible, and supporting all of us students. Without your constant support from each one of you, we wouldn't have felt the full confidence in ourselves to achieve our goals. This has been an experience that we will all remember for the rest of our lives. We were put through a test of will and perseverance, and we succeeded. This process of making it to graduation took us failing, testing our willpower, endurance, and ingenuity. I was once told that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Failure is what we need to experience to feel the full benefits of our achievements. We need to understand right from wrong, good from bad. We have all experienced failure on different levels, but we all felt it the same. We felt that anxiety-fueled emotion before going in for a math test. We felt that lightheadedness of knowing that you could literally throw up at any moment before a public speaking speech. And most of us know the feeling of going one to Chris Harnden's psychology classes, and you had pool noodles, clay, a deck of cards, and mouse traps. And he would tell us it's going to be a fun day. Well, it was a fun day, but the whole room would be filled with the smell of sweat by the end of the class period. We all know the feeling of fear. We all know the feeling of failure. But what lies on the other side of our fear and our failure is our growth. Once we managed to navigate through the labyrinth of success and failure, we were able to understand ourselves. One thing this semester has taught us is the importance of a mute button. It mutes all the barking dogs in your house, or your roommates talking in the background, and even mutes your professor's children when they're screaming in the house. But we can't forget the value of our personal mute buttons. We need to be able to silence the damaging entities. And if we continue to do this and mute out the negativities, we will be able to focus on what drives us. We learned through CMC that when we are pushed, we can achieve anything. Trusting yourself comes from really knowing yourself and learning to be ourselves. Being authentic has helped us make lifelong friendships, helped us find happiness in who we are. We also need to be kind to ourselves. When we fail, being kind to ourselves is how we truly learn from our mistakes. One of the scariest feelings is the unknown. I remember my first day at CMC, and I was sitting in my car trying my hardest to boost myself up. I didn't know what was going to happen. What if I wasn't smart enough? What if I wasn't good enough? What if all of this ended up being a waste of time? These were all feelings of the unknown. I feared the unknown so much that I never wanted to meet it. I wanted to push the unknown so far away that it became this little shed of light in my perspective. Throughout my life at CMC, this was going to be a reoccurring thing, the unknown. But every time I would push myself into the unknown, it would change me. I kept finding little pieces of myself scattered out through my life at CMC. I realized the unknown is a good place to be. The unknown leads to uncomfortability. We want to push ourselves into uncomfortability. Some argue that uncomfortability isn't even a word. I have to disagree. This is a word that our generation, the class of 2020, is making a reality. Being comfortable with uncomfortability will help all of us be more resilient, strengthen our grit, our self-worth, and makes us mentally flexible. When you look around at your friends and family, well, since we're quarantined, you can just mentally do this. What do you see? Do you see people that push themselves to be better? Push you because they see your potential? Understanding the importance of surrounding yourself with people that you want to be is prominent. We have all felt the gravity of having a solid tribe. Your tribe becomes who you are. I want us to all take a moment and think about our tribe. It could have been your roommate that was there for you when you just needed a friend. It could have been your favorite professor that stayed after class and helped you with a project or a paper because you were struggling. It could have been just that random student that came up to you after class and told you did an awesome job. They were the people that lifted us up, made us feel powerful when we needed it the most. We need to continue to make our tribe indestructible. Because if we surround ourselves with doers, movers, and shakers, then we will never stop moving forward in our life. That is the power of our tribe. The true greatness inside each of us is what we were able to do for each other. The culture at CMC was like a family to us. Unfortunately, the time with this family was cut a little short due to COVID-19. We will miss Ed's booming voice. We will miss Fran in philosophy saying we are doomed to succeed. We will miss Leslie in all of our English classes being overly nice and overly supportive when we're struggling with a paper. Susan going above and beyond in each one of her math classes with each one of her students to make sure nobody was struggling. Even having Nadine's sweet smiling face at the front desk making us feel so welcomed. These were all the little things that help make Steamboat home for each of us. I am so bummed that we missed casino night, Rain Bowl, and even graduation. We will miss the connection we had as students in the classroom discussing all the things that fascinated us, or even just talking about if it's going to be a good powder day tomorrow. Even with all these things taken away from us, we still stayed connected. We were able to overcome all of these challenges. What we were able to do for each other shows true greatness. People won't remember what your GPA was. They won't remember what your major was. And they won't remember what you gave your speech on. But what they will remember is how you made them feel. The way we all connected at CMC shows greatness, power, will, perseverance, and sometimes all of this was happening without us even knowing it. This is one of the largest challenges we have ever faced. But using our tribe, our ability to push into the unknown, and leaning on each other, we've overcome these challenges. So don't forget what you accomplished here today. We did it. Colorado Mountain College Steamboat 2020, we did it. Congratulations.
President Hauser and Trustee Kuusinen, I have the honor and privilege to present the graduating class of 2020. All the candidates have been certified by the faculty as having met the requirements of their prospective bachelor's degree, associate degree, and certificate of programs.
I'm Bob Kuusinen, trustee from Steamboat Springs. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Colorado Mountain College, President Hauser and I are delighted to confer upon you your degree from Colorado Mountain College. Congratulations.
My name is Tina Evans. I'm a professor in sustainability studies at our Steamboat Springs campus. And it is my great honor and pleasure to read the names of the graduates this year. So with that, we'll begin, and here they are. Megan Marie Anderson, Chase Alton, Gabriella Rose Anderson, Jeffrey Joseph Arndt, Kristen L. Audenson, Silas Axtell, Brendan Bagden, Sean Allen Bailey, Madison Raymond Bailey, Logan A. Ballesteros, Paul David Bossemer, Colin Becker, Charles Beckmerick, Marissa A. Beggs, Jeffrey James Bishop, Jerome Michael Brazil, Jordan Brown, Alexander Boyle, Seth Sage Bretta, Kate Marie Mercado, Garrett Justin Brott, Dakota B. Bruner, Madeline R. Brusky Murphy, Samuel Burden, Nicholas Song Candea, Brooke Cape Keeler, Danielle Cates, Scott William Kavanaugh, Collie Christensen, Araya L. Clark, Carter Coleman, William Harris Kuhn, Emily Cowan, Natalie Cragen, Louis D. Dean, Dominique Del Vecchio, Benjamin D. DeMarco, Sean Patrick Durning, Jade N. Dillinger, Devin Doty, Austin Michael Drake, Stephen King DeVay, Patrick Hardin Duffy, Leslie K. Eckhoff, McShanny R.C. Edwards, Laura L. Egger, Sarah Elsbury Robertson, Cruz Erickson, Hunter G. Fabian, Nick Thomas Fetkether, Clayton Ronald Fossey, Penelope E. Friedman, Carolina Garcia Armendariz, Joshua Paul Gauguin, Jacob Genesta, Hayden Griffith, Lucas Simmons Gumbiner, Christina Marie Hathaway, Killian Halpin, Chad Halstead, Sigurdur Siggy Hoxson, Jenna Yvonne Hendrickson, Marshall Hugh Henry, Eva M. Hermaninsky, Bradley Scott Hilton, Travis W. Hoffarth, Devin B. Hope, Natalie N. Houston, Seth Hughes, Brooklyn Nicole Hughes, Margaret G. Hunter, Nicholas W. Hussey, Christopher James Hyland, Dylan Allen Ingram, Gabrielle Irlandini, Hannah Isaacson, Harrison Jackson, Corey Johnson, Benjamin Johnson, Kyle Jordan, Leah Khalil, Juan Katz, Matthew Benjamin Klemaszewski, Maddie Knudsen, Ethan Kress, Geneva L. Kunshir, Kira Lynn Cussy, Deet LeMaid, Eva Marie Lambeck, Benjamin Thomas Lingle, Jordan M. Leitz, Jacob Lewis, Samantha Loic, Fabiola Lopez Esparza, John Roland Laudenberg, Leroy Gabriel Lucero, Alexandra Lujano, Daniela Lujano, Clara Lundeen, Abrielle P. McKenzie, Mauricio M. Maisa, Daniel Mayer, Alexandra Martin, Kyle Mann, Joseph Thomas Mazier, Hannah Matrenga, Kennedy Ann Matson, Brett McIntyre, Carly McLaughlin, Christopher Ryan Melendez, Zane Wolfgang Mess, Aaron Lewis Miklia, Joy Montgomery, Jessica Mossman, Gabrielle Myers, Riley Myers, Sarah Elizabeth Nace, Ty Allen Namani, Talon Oleskuk, Elise Osterhold, Adam Park, Cassandra Parker, Ginger Olivia Patton, Adam C. Peterson, Amanda Pearson, Madeline Ponce Valenzuela, Garrett Michael Franca, Colin Stephen Price, Carly K. Pumo, Michael Jorge Luis Raleigh, Austin Cavan Ramsey, Albert Rayleigh, Alicia Nicole Rapollo, Scott Robinson, Jordan Alexis Rod, Douglas A. Rosman, Elizabeth Rupert, Amy Rutledge, Hunter Saba, Jessica R. Salcido, Sean T. Scanlon, Cooper J. Shearer, Noah Matthew Skelly, Curtis Scott, Aaron Allison Sluppy, Ashley K. Sheneman, Antonia Schoberg, Richard Samuel Smiley, Robert Christopher Sussaby, Emily Stein, Dylan P. Strahan, Tragan Anders Stroke, Riley Noel Toya, Monica Better, Trent H. Walker, Jordan A. Walker, Tanner Wallace, Jack Brendan Walsh, Connor Warcho, Marjorie Washburn, Graham William Weaver, Jamie Weber, Dominique Janku Welch, Jacqueline Elizabeth Wirtz, Julian M. Winston. Congratulations, graduates, for a job well done.
Drum roll, please. The most important part of this entire ceremony. Please turn your tassel from right to left. which signifies your graduation from Colorado Mountain College.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations!